Did you guys know that there are 7 new Macs that are set to come out this year? And out of those 7 Macs, I believe that one of them will simply sell like crazy, thanks to the sheer amount of value that it will offer. And that is, of course, the brand new Mac Mini. We have new leaks, new info, alongside our very own renders that show you exactly what you can expect. Speaking of awesome things to expect, you can expect some great deals and savings with Karma, our sponsor for this video. Karma is the app and Chrome extension that helps you save money by notifying you of price drops, offering you coupon codes, and much more. Click the link below to check it out. And now, back to the video with the first reason why I'm super excited for the Mac Mini, which is the fact that we won't have one model, but 2. Yes, according to Mark Gurman, Apple will be releasing a regular version as well as a Pro version. The regular model will be replacing the M1 Mac Mini, released in November of 2020, while the Pro model will finally replace that Intel model, which was released back in October 2018. Now, before I talk about the performance differences between the 2 models, I want to mention the second reason why I'm so excited for this new Mac Mini, which is the brand new design. This will actually be the first redesign since the Mac Mini server from 2010. And although this design was used for such a long time, I've always kind of loved it. It was just this tiny minimalistic box that looked a lot like Apple's external SuperDrive, but it housed an entire computer inside, with a great deal of ports too. It was simple yet very functional, so I didn't really see a major way of Apple redesigning this aside from, making it smaller. Well, John Prosser gave us this leak a while ago of a design that appears to be about half the thickness of the current model, same footprint though, but one that has this glass surface on top. So we rendered our very own concept based on John's leak, and we were thinking that a good way for Apple to take advantage of this new glass top would be to give it a variety of colors. So we actually gave it the exact same colors that the M1 iMac comes in. And that is green, yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, and silver. And oh man, there's something so special about these colors. It really gives me an iPod-like vibe where you could get this tiny product that was simple yet so beautifully designed and came in a rainbow of colors for you to pick exactly the one that you liked. Kind of makes me want to get all of them, especially that green one. We gave it this forest green aluminum frame, which combined with that teal top looks so good. Dave 2D would really love this. We also color matched the MagSafe cable, which just adds a really nice touch to the design language. Oh, and I also predict that when you order one of these new Mac Minis, if you add a Magic Keyboard, a mouse, or a trackpad with it, that too would match its color. Now, in case you've already figured this out, yes, these vibrant colors are just the base model. The Pro model is the one that we only expect to come in space gray, as a silver option would simply make it look identical to the regular model. With that glass on the top, which will very likely be frosted on the space gray model, the new Mac Mini would look so premium on your office desk. And the fact that you can basically pick from any color that you want on the regular model means that you'll be able to blend it in with any wall or furniture color that you have in your room, just like you can with the iMacs. I absolutely love this. The third reason why I'm so excited for this new Mac Mini is the expanded connectivity. To start with, we are set to be getting 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports as opposed to just 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. That's already a big upgrade in itself, as Thunderbolt 4 allows you to connect more powerful docks, such as the CalDigit TS4 that gives you 18 extra ports. And keep in mind that this is just from one Thunderbolt port. With 4 of those docks, you could have as many as 72 extra ports. Insanity. The USB 2.0 ports are here to stay, and same goes for the Ethernet port, which I predict to be a 10 gigabit port by default on the Pro model. On top of this, we also have an HDMI port, which is likely going to be an HDMI 2.0 port, like on the new MacBook Pros, which means that you'll be limited to 4K 60 rather than 4K 120 or anything higher. I don't really think that this is going to be a bad thing or a major issue, as you will be able to use one of those Thunderbolt ports to get 4K 120 anyways. One extra port that we added is the headphone jack, which John's leak was actually missing. Now, Ian, who renders John's leak, did say that this was how they saw it in the photos that they had access to, but I don't really see Apple releasing a desktop computer without a headphone jack, so we added one in. The Mac Mini gives you more ports than any other Mac, aside from the Mac Pro. And considering that the Mac Mini is also the most affordable Mac, I think that if you care about connecting as many accessories as possible without having to buy expensive docks, the Mac Mini is just so good for that. Something else that's so good is Karma, our sponsor for this video. Karma is a tool that I highly recommend you all give a try, especially since it is free and can literally save you hundreds in the long run. I'm using Karma right now to keep track of when the Horizon Forbidden West Regal Edition comes back in stock, as well as when the price of it drops on eBay. And it's so easy to use. You simply download the free mobile app or browser extension, and then you'll see this Karma overlay whenever you're shopping for an item. Karma lets you 1. Save an item and track its price over time, while giving you instant notifications for price or stock changes. 2. Create wish lists to keep track of multiple items and organize your shopping and shop more mindfully. 3. Earn cashback from select retailers. And 4. Karma will also scan the web for all available coupons to save you even more time and money. Check out Karma by using the link below. And now, back to the video. The fourth reason why I'm excited for the new Mac Mini is the performance. You see, the non-Pro model is rumored to come with Apple's M2 chip. The M1 was already great in terms of the CPU performance, but it did lack on the GPU side, which is where the M2 will improve by adding 2 extra cores. It still won't compare to any modern dedicated graphics or even Apple's M1 Pro or M1 Max chips, but for most tasks, it will be more than enough. On top of this, the M2 is set to support more external displays. The M1 could only support one. The M1 Mac Mini was an exception as it did not have a display of its own, so it could actually support 2 monitors because of that. The M2 Mac Mini will very likely support 3 displays, just like the M1 Pro MacBook Pro. And then we have that space gray Mac Mini Pro, which is set to feature Apple's M1 Pro and M1 Max chips. Now, Mark's recent report was only referencing the M1 Pro chip, but I don't believe that Apple would exclude the M1 Max. Regardless, even if we only get the M1 Pro, that would still offer a good improvement over the M2 thanks to the 2 extra CPU cores and the 4 to 6 extra GPU cores. And if Apple adds the same video encoders and decoders to the M2 chip as in the M1 Pro chip, then you shouldn't really see any big difference in video export times between the regular Mac Mini and the Mac Mini Pro. Another reason why I do see Apple having the M1 Max version 2, as that would double the video encoder and decoder engines and give you a real reason to go for the Pro model. But by far, the best thing about a new Mac Mini is the value. You see, right now you can buy an M1 Mac Mini, this is the Intel model by the way, but you get the idea, for as low as $700 or even less if you buy it from Amazon, link down below. The M2 version is rumored to start from the exact same price, which means that on top of the extra GPU performance that the M2 chip will offer, you will also get support for 1 additional monitor, 2 more Thunderbolt ports, as well as the ability to pick from all of those stunning 7 colors. And sure, you will need to buy an external monitor, keyboard, and mouse, but if you already have those, then you won't need to spend anything extra. On top of this, the Pro model would be an even better deal, in my opinion, as right now, if you want to get Apple's M1 Pro chip, you need to go for the base 14-inch MacBook Pro, which starts from $2,000. The new Mac Mini Pro is likely going to cost more than $1,100, which is what the Intel model currently sells for, but at the same time, it cannot be too expensive as the M2 iMac already starts from $1,300. So I think that the most Apple will increase the price of the Pro model would be to $1,200, which will very likely be for that 10-core CPU and 16-core GPU version of the M1 Pro chip. This means that paying $100 more will indeed get you an M2 iMac, which is also set to be launching soon, by the way, and with that, you'll get a beautiful display with some great accessories, but it would lag behind the M1 Pro chip in terms of raw performance and ports when compared to the Mac Mini Pro. Overall, I'm extremely hyped for this new Mac Mini. From all the new colors to the additional ports to the presence of the Pro model combined with that super compelling price point will likely make the new Mac Mini the easiest Mac for me to recommend. And if you want to see our in-depth performance analysis as soon as the Mac Mini comes out and loads of videos, definitely stay tuned on the channel, subscribe so that you don't miss those. I'm Daniel, this has been Zen of Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Zen of Tech, signing out. Cheers.